plugin for Unreal Engine. GLS stands for the Game Log System and is an improved way to log data so that you can more easily filter and read it. So let's do a quick example of that. Every one of these inventory slots has both a reference to the inventory components that it belongs to, as well as a reference to an outer object for a metadata object to do with it. Those need to be up to date at any given time. If I move this item from this inventory to this one, both of those things should be updated. Traditionally, we could do something like just put in some print strings and call it a day and debug with that. But that can become quite bothersome quite quickly if you have a lot of things printing strings all over the place. So that is where the GLS plugin can come in. What we can do instead is we can print to GLS, which gives us a string that we can print, and we can give it a category. In this case, that will be the inventory category. Now you'll notice when I hover over this item over here, and when I pick it up, it prints out the character inventory. And when I put it in here, it will say chest.inventory. So I know that, hey, the code that I wrote actually works. If we go back into Unreal with the plugin installed, we have this little icon up here, which has an entirely new tab for us to look at. So let's dock that somewhere. And here we can see effectively the entire output log of the engine, including the logs that we just made. But if we make a new tab over here, we can go into the categories and we can filter on any of these categories, including the custom one that we just made called inventory. If you want to do some more advanced filtering, we can even filter on specific classes. We can move on to the next filtering option, which is specifically display objects. So now we get to look at the specific objects that are printing these logs. But if I only wanted to see the logging from the right inventory slots on my little preview that I had a moment ago, I can click on this and it will only show the logs from that. Of course, that didn't actually log anything. And even now here that we are in a full shipping build of the game, we still have access to those logs. You just have to press the Shift, Alt and G keys. And now we have a in-game overlay showing us everything that we had before as well. Now imagine building this out a little bit more. Instead of just worrying about the items in your inventory, you also have specific categories for specific enemies, for player-related stuff, for AI-triggered stuff. You name it. You can make a bunch of categories and you can very easily filter on things that are relevant to it. Check out the link in the description to see more about the GLS plugin, and thank you again